when he obviously has legitimate insurance for
Okay,
his
so
vehicle and his driving licence for the vehicle.
like you said, obviously this information hasn't been filtered down. We are the secured party creditors of HM Government who have or did licence the local police officers to act on their behalf as their private corporation. We are their secured party creditors and we've been that since February. All of the registration documents are held under non-disclosure. We will obviously provide any legal documents such as driving licenses or insurance on proof of valid claim that that conveyance was being used for commercial activities. So can you tell me what commerce was that man committing?
What commerce? I'll be honest with you, you've lost me a little bit there.
Okay.
In relation to the usage of the vehicle, he was driving down a public highway.
Okay,
let
me just stop you there.
Oh.
It only becomes a vehicle if it has got DVL plates on there. And what we've actually done is the VIN number is actually what he has the right of use of, and that is what's assigned to the trust. Now, our records here show that yes, he has got an indemnity cover to cover him for any accident or harm, loss or damage that he causes anybody else, unless he's committing commerce, i.e. he's a taxi or he's for hire or rent, or that it's a bus or a lorry. Is the conveyance that you're calling a vehicle, does it fit any of those descriptions, and is he being paid to be conveying himself in that conveyance?
No.
Right. Okay. So, I'm looking at the record here. He has got all of those things that you would require if he was in commerce. And so in order for me to release the information to you guys, you're acting under legislation which is applicable only to commercial vehicles or legal fictions, companies, corporations. And by us doing what we've done, we're reserving all of the rights of the people from being presumed to be in commerce.
Okay. So that still leaves me in a bit of a predicament though. Because at the moment I've got a chap in his mid-60s that's currently sat in a police cell. Because obviously there are certain laws that we need to abide by. So the
law is that it's actually against the law to coerce somebody to commit an act of fraud. Now, what you're actually asking him to do, you want him to identify himself with the documentation that I've got here that's reserved under a non-disclosure unless he is committing commerce. Now, if he is committing commerce, then I'm more than happy to release this information to you. But as you've just stated, he's not committing commerce. So really, I mean, I know it's a bit of a shock for you guys, but it's you guys that are actually breaking the law by coercing him into committing fraud, because the legal fiction that you want him to use is actually a copyrighted logo belonging to Crown Corporation.
Okay.
Now, if this goes any further, then obviously you'll keep him for 72 hours, obviously, if you can. Not that there's any point in doing so, because it's just going to cost your private corporation that's registered in the company's house as a private corporation with a tax reference number, and we're actually your secured party creditors. So what you're actually doing is a double whammy, because you're trying to get him to claim against himself. Now, you know yourself, if I haven't got the right of use of something and I use it, I'm twocking in the least, aren't I? I'm taking without consent, or it's attempted theft or theft.
Okay.
Now, imagine that your name, that legal fiction, is a copyrighted logo and you haven't got the right of use of it. So we contacted HM Government and the Home Office and said, has anybody got the right of use of a legal fiction of the capitalised form of the given name, and they said no. If you look at the birth certificate, it's got Crown copyright on the bottom of it, and it says not to be used for ID. Now, at the moment, I didn't get your number. What was your name again?
My name?
Yeah.
I don't know whether I want to tell you now.